He tipped our waitress $100 on a $75 bill. When I asked why, his answer changed how I view money forever. I never understood my grandfather's relationship with money until 3 months before he died. At 93, with a net worth most people would envy, he still drove a 2001 Toyota he bought used, darned his own socks, and refused to replace his ancient flip phone. Yet last spring I witnessed him leave a $100 tip for a waitress at a diner where our total bill was barely $75. When I questioned his inconsistency, his answer changed my entire perspective on wealth. "You think I am cheap?" he said, noticing my surprise at the tip. "It wasn't a question. I've always wondered," I admitted. "You have millions, but you shop at thrift stores and use coupons for toasty pies." He nodded, folding his worn wallet with careful precision. "Did you notice our waitress's shoes?" I hadn't. When he pointed it out, I saw they were nursing shoes with duct tape holding the sole together. "That's Melissa, single mother of twins, works here mornings and hospital night shifts. Her car broke down last week." He said this matter-of-factly, not with pity. "You know her story from a 45-minute breakfast?" I asked. "I know because I listen." He tapped his temple. "Money is just a tool. Being wealthy isn't about accumulating. It's about knowing when spending makes a difference and when it's just waste." As we walked to his ancient Toyota, he explained his philosophy. "There are two kinds of expenses in life, those that matter and those that don't. Most people get them backward." He'd grown up during the up backward, started with nothing and built a real estate empire worth 8 figures. Yet he lived in the same modest house for 60 years. Designer clothes, new cars, fancy watches, they depreciate instantly and nobody's life improves. But education, experiences, helping someone in a tough spot, those things appreciate in value forever. When we reached his car, he pointed to a small notebook in the glove compartment. Occupied were hundreds of names, dates, and dollar amounts per people he'd helped over decades. Waitresses, students, neighbors, employees, some for $50, others for thousands. "I've given away more than I've spent on myself," he said without pride or judgment. "But I never waste a dollar. That's how I stayed wealthy." 3 weeks later, I joined him for another breakfast at the same diner. Melissa spotted him immediately, rushing over to our table. "Mr. Richardson, I got accepted to the nursing practitioner program." She was beaming. "That reference letter you wrote made all the difference." My grandfather smiled. "Polite. You'll make an excellent NT." After she left, I asked how he knew her well enough to write a reference letter. "I've been coming here every Tuesday for 7 years," he said simply. "I know all their stories." Melissa's been trying to advance her education for 3 years, but couldn't get into the program. Later, when the bill came, he left another large tip and wrote something on the receipt. "What did you write?" I asked as we left my attorney's number. "I told her to call about the nursing school scholarship I set up. She won't have to work double shifts anymore." When he died 3 months later, I discovered the true extent of his generosity. His will revealed education funds for 37 people, mortgage payments he'd quietly made for families facing foreclosure, and medical bills he'd anonymously paid. The estate attorney handed me that small notebook from his glove compartment now containing over 400 names. He tracked the return on investment meticulously, but these returns weren't calculated in dollars. Next to each name were life milestones. Robert college graduation 2014, Sarah opened bakery 2018. William's families kept their home at his memorial service. Over 200 people came whom our family had never met, parent including Melissa, now in her nursing practitioner program, no longer wearing shoes with duct tape. I inherited significant wealth from my grandfather, but more importantly, I inherited his philosophy. True wealth isn't measured by what you keep, but by knowing precisely when money matters and when it doesn't. I still drive my 10-year-old car, but I've started my own notebook of names, and I always look at my server's shoes when I dine out.